What's going on, guys? MystaSuga here, and today I am bringing you a review tutorial on the Anvil Asgard. In this video, we're going to start off with the ship tour, take a look at some stats, recommended upgrades, and best use cases for the Anvil Asgard. The Anvil Asgard is listed as a dropship / ground vehicle transport, but in my opinion, it is hands down the best all-round ship in Star Citizen. Thank you for clicking on this video, and I hope you enjoy, like, and subscribe. To start the ship tour off, let's take a look at the exterior, which features a top-mounted missile turret holding 16 size 3 missiles, 2 side entrances with size 1 guns mounted on them, a manned turret with 2 size 4s, and 6 size 3s controlled by the pilot. Outside of the 2 side entrances, you have a cargo bay entrance right here. That unveiling, that big cargo bay is, the main reason we pick up the Asgard, I think, especially compared to the Valkyrie, which the main difference between this and the Valkyrie is just this cargo bay. This cargo hold has a official SCU size of 180. It can fit a ton of vehicles in it. We'll take a look at that later. And also has some component access on the side. Past that, we have our 2 side entrances with panels right here. Another panel to open and close that rear ramp, which is very convenient to not have to run all the way back there and just have access to it here. But we do have access to these miniguns, I guess we'll call them. Mounted to the door here, and yeah, these can sometimes be useful, but they can always be fun. Outside of that, we have some storage. This is, to my knowledge, the only storage on the ship. You do have 2 of them, one here and one over here in the exact same place, totaling a what would it be, 1.5 SCUs of storage. Through here we get into a seat for the boys and the engineering terminal, which it's official, it's coming soon. That's an official statement. And some more component access. Through here we get a little more boring, just 1 seat, no engineering terminal, and some component access. And in here, unfortunately, we do have our main turret, the 2 size 4s. We also have our quantum drive right here. Other than that, nothing. And I love this ship. This is probably my favorite ship. But I hate that there is just nothing here. Put 2 more seats, because I can only transport in seats 4 people. 2 here, or 1 here, 1 there, and then a pilot and a gunner. Put some storage. I don't know. This room is just lacking. Other than this guy, which is pretty fun. But that pretty much wraps up the bottom floor. The top floor has a little less to talk about. To the left, we have our bathroom, regular sink, regular toilet, and maybe the worst feature on the ship, honestly, the pull to release emergency right next to the toilet. Just leave that for another time. And then in here, we have 2 beds, which is pretty nice, especially with the entertainment, always keeping me and my crewmate ready and focused on stress. Through here, I'm going to be honest, on the left, not a clue. I would love it if somebody could tell me what this is or what it's going to be. I don't have a clue, but I thought it was for people to stand in, that way they wouldn't get knocked around by the quantum, but it doesn't work like that. And then it's also labeled. What does it say there? Anvil Aerospace. I don't know. Over on this side, got some weapon storage, big weapon storage, regular weapon storage, little weapon storage, ammo? I don't know. And then through here, the cockpit. Nothing crazy in here. I will say it's a nice view. It's not terrible, especially to fight in. For a ship, I will say that lacks in, other than firepower and a very versatile cargo hold, there's nothing too cool in here. But I think if there was cool stuff in here, no one would own any other ship, because this is the most useful ship, and we'll get into that later. Before that, let's look at some stats, another area where the Asgard really excels. All right, when looking at stats, we are most concerned with the price, and with the Asgard, that concern is warranted, because it is not available for purchase in game yet and costs $350 in the pledge store. Seeing as its predecessor, the Valkyrie, cost $19.8 million, I think we can probably expect the Asgard to be somewhere close to that price. Certainly higher, maybe something like 25, 30 million. Whatever the price may be, you will find this ship in my fleet, because the list of good stats is endless. Number one is going to be firepower, with an astounding 3,274 DPS available to the pilot and 1,636 DPS available to the gunner. A whopping 16 size 3 missiles and a boosted pitch yaw roll of 39, 33, 114. Pair all that up with 77k ship health, you are a force to be reckoned with. Not only do you have extensive combat capabilities, you also have an impressive cargo bay. The Asgard has an official cargo storage of 180 SCU. However, I've fit around 240, and I think with some elbow grease you could get something closer to 300. Your cargo hold can also accommodate any ground vehicle in the game. You can put a Nova tank back there, a Ballista, Centurion, Ursas. You can fit a Pisces. I think you can fit every snub fighter. And you can even fit a Drake Golem. I think these two areas highlight why the Asgard is my favorite ship right now. It can accommodate so many different gameplay loops. You can provide air-to-air combat, air-to-ground combat. It can do hauling. I mean, vehicle transport alone can facilitate medical gameplay, geo-mining. The possibilities, while not endless, are plentiful. Typically from here, I would cover bad stats, but I think the only bad stats worth mentioning are the components that come stock on the Asgard. The weapons it comes with are great. It comes with Panthers for the pilot, Rhinos on the turret, and the Arrestor 3s, which are all awesome. Where the problem lies is mostly your shields and your coolers. To fully power them, it requires 28 power, and you only have access to 24. So I'm not sure which player this build is meant for, but I immediately went and bought 4 7MA Larica shields and 3 Ice Dive coolers to bring the requirement for full power from 28 down to 20. I also put a Hemira Quantum Drive on it, which has 1 less power requirement than the stock one, and it's the fastest size 2 Quantum Drive you can just go buy at a store. So definitely the way to go there. From here, you just have a lot more freedom with where to put power in your ship. If you want to, go full shields and full engines, or whatever. You now have power to play with, and you did not stock. And you're also still 10 power away from being fully powered. And that's why I decided to take my Asgard to the next level. I knew I wanted the Umbra shields since they only have a max power requirement of 2. And that kind of just led me down the stealth route. So from there, I went with Nightfall Coolers and Spicule Quantum Drive, which are just 2 grade A, size 2 grade A stealth parts. I did stray away from the stealth parts a little bit and went with some JS 400s for my power plants. However, I think the Lux Core is probably the way I'll go. It provides 1 less power than the JS 400, but has almost half the IR signature. And with my stealth build, that's definitely the way I should go. And oh yeah, I definitely put some NDB 30s on it. That wraps up the component upgrade portion of this video. Now let's talk best use cases. The Anvil Asgard truly excels in only one area, and that is ground vehicle transport. In my opinion, the only ship that really competes with the Asgard in that aspect is the C2, which is much bigger, slower, and way more defenseless than the Asgard. If you're running the Asgard solo, it's also a very capable hauler. As a test, I wanted to see if I could fit this 277 SCU contract in there, and I did with a fair amount of room to spare. So there's absolutely room for around 300 SCUs, probably more. If you have someone in your turret, you can be a real problem in combat. If you have NDB 30s on your Asgard, like I do, you and your turret put out a combined 5,911 DPS. I did Combat Gauntlet number 6 with a buddy, and we made about 75k each every 3 to 4 minutes. The Anvil Asgard is in a league of its own with its combined combat and hauling capabilities, and right now it is easily the best daily driver in the game. Thank you for watching my video. Let me know if I missed anything, and if you made it this far, drop me a sub.